Throughout our entire genetic history, we have always had this thirst for gold.
One guy says it really simple. With all the gold that has been mined for the thousands of years, there'd be enough gold to build an entire mountain. Where'd all that gold go? People have been mining gold for thousands and thousands of years. There'd be so much gold everywhere, but it's all gone. They think they're still gathering for them.
The Anunnaki are a group of deities from ancient Mesopotamian mythology, particularly associated with the Sumerians and the Babylonians. They are often depicted as powerful beings involved in the creation of humanity and the management of Earth. In modern interpretations, the Anunnaki are sometimes described as extraterrestrial beings who visited Earth in ancient times seeking gold. One of the primary motivations attributed to the Anunnaki for coming to Earth was the extraction of gold. The narrative suggests that they needed gold to repair their home planet's atmosphere, as they believed it would help protect their environment and maintain their technology. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki are considered powerful gods, responsible for various aspects of life, including agriculture and the underworld.
There was a group of which is mentioned in the Sumerian text, a group of these people that Enoch even speaks about, the Watchers. They're called the Anunnaki. And they came here for mining because they said that their atmosphere was being destroyed because of their advanced technology, and they needed gold to replenish their atmosphere and stuff. So they said the Anunnaki had been here for hundreds of thousands of years, even before there were even any humans. But according to Enoch, all they wanted to do was eat and slumber. They thought they were above the remedial things of mining. So you had a guy named Shamyasa. We know him as Satan. So that was his true name. So he's in charge of all the people down here on Earth. He's like their overseer. They called him a lord of the area. He had a crown. He was in charge down here.
They are not originally associated with extraterrestrial theories. Some contemporary theories propose that the Anunnaki were alien visitors who came to Earth around 450,000 years ago. These theories suggest they needed gold for their environmental purposes, such as repairing their planet's atmosphere. According to these theories, the Anunnaki allegedly genetically engineered humans as a slave race to mine gold for them, believing it could be used to sustain their home planet.
So while he's down here, he's into the jungles, and apparently somewhere around the Cape of Good Horn. That's I guess where they descended. And he sees these animals being able to live with great strength. He sees these chimps, or they describe the chimps as ape. So he, apparently from what they describe, takes DNA from these things and creates a race of people, which is called the Adamu. It's called the first slave race, or first man. Not Adam, not Eve, but when you hear the name Adamu, translated means Adam. So Adamu, the first slave race. So these things were only created for one reason, to go out and gather gold. And he goes, the fixation of gold has been so deeply rooted throughout our culture, not just our world culture. And people don't even understand why.
The idea that the Anunnaki needed gold primarily stems from modern theories and interpretations of ancient texts. In ancient Mesopotamia, gold was highly valued and symbolized wealth, power, and divinity. The use of gold in temples and jewelry indicated the god's status and desirability. The Anunnaki, as gods, would naturally be associated with such valuable resources. Gold was often used in worship and rituals, crafted in offerings, idols for the deities, including the Anunnaki. The desire for gold can be seen as a reflection of the importance placed on material wealth in honor of the gods.
I always tell people, if you really want to know the story about gold, go back to the ancient Sumerians and start understanding the whole region and the whole origins related to gold and why man has got this thirst, hunger for it. It goes back to the Sumerians and why they were gathering it. They were gathering it for these people, who Enoch called the Watchers or the Anunnaki. And when you look at depictions of them, they're winged. Just like the angels in the Bible, they all have wings. They have a glow. You ever seen the ones with a halo around their head? That halo was to represent that they had the Illuminate ones. The Illuminati, from the stories of the Illuminati. They think these are remnants of these fallen angels. They said it was hard to look at them because they had a glow about them. Like the angels depicted in the Bible had a glow about them. Hell, Noah, when he was born, his wife was conceived by an angel. And Methuselah, I think was her name. And she goes, how could she be pregnant? She was here by herself. And she goes, he was really confused. So he goes and talked to his grandfather, who happened to be Enoch. Enoch told him, you have to raise this child as your own. This is a child that your wife was impregnated by the angels up there.
Some interpretations of Sumerian creation myths suggest that the gods used materials, including gold, in the creation of humanity or this world. This has led to speculation about the purpose of gold in divine creation and society. Ancient civilizations, including the Sumerians, engaged in mining operations to extract gold for trade and economy. This economic need could have been linked back to the gods, symbolizing the intertwining of divine favor and material success. Gold served practical, economic, and symbolic roles in ancient Mesopotamian culture. The Anunnaki had a profound influence on ancient Mesopotamian societies in various ways, shaping cultural, religious, and social practices. They were central figures in the pantheon of Mesopotamian gods, and their worship played a significant role in the religious life of the people. Temples were built in their honor, and rituals were performed to gain their favor, ensure fertility, and seek protection.
And to this day, it's really bizarre. When you hear about why the whole lust or the fascination about gold and why it's so important to us, it was a monetary issue only. You can make coins out of silver or lead or anything, but for some reason, gold was it, and they were gathering it. Cortez, Montezuma, they were gatherers of gold, and they would keep it in open areas like they were leaving it for somebody.
Many laws and codes were believed to be inspired by the will of the gods, including the Anunnaki. The Code of the Hammurabi, one of the earliest written legal codes, was said to be given to the god Shamash, reflecting the belief that divine authority underpinned societal order. The Anunnaki were associated with fertility and agricultural prosperity. Their blessings were sought to ensure good harvest and sustainable livestock. The agricultural calendar often included festivals dedicated to these deities, impacting economic activities and community gatherings. The stories and myths of the Anunnaki inspired a rich body of literature, such as the Epic of Gilgamesh and various creation and flood myths. Their depiction in art and sculpture reflected their importance in society and provided a means to communicate religious and moral lessons. The authority of the Anunnaki influenced social structure, with king and priest often claiming divine right and connection to these gods.
You had a race of people coming down here for exploration reasons, and then while they're here, they have issues when it comes to mating.
Rulers would present themselves as mediators between the gods and the people, reinforcing their leadership roles. The myths involving the Anunnaki often conveyed moral lessons about duty, justice, and consequences of human actions. These stories serve to guide societal values and behavioral norms. The Anunnaki were linked to celestial bodies and natural phenomena, leading ancient Mesopotamians to develop sophisticated astronomical knowledge. Their movements were tracked, and calendars were created to align agricultural activities with celestial events. The Anunnaki played a pivotal role in the creation stories, shaping the Mesopotamian understanding of the universe. These narratives provided explanations for natural events and the origins of humanity, influencing cultural identity. The Anunnaki significantly shaped the religious, social, and cultural fabric of ancient Mesopotamian civilization, impacting everything from governance to everyday life. Their enduring legacy is reflected in the archaeological and literacy record of the region.
You know, there's stories that the Anunnaki are back again. And that can either be a good thing for us or a bad thing. Because beyond at the end of the day, they created us for one reason, and it wasn't to spread goodwill and Christian or whatever religion faith you are, but they were here for complete control of us, and they didn't treat us well. In other words, would work us till you died and then through somebody else to take your place. So that's either a good thing or a bad thing. I think the only good aspect of that, it pretty much puts an end to a lot of world leaders' control over us. In other words, instead of being under their thumbnail, we're under their nail now. And so we're answering to them.
People always ask,